Hi guys, I'm Nagadir-chan, and welcome to Tower of God. I hope there won't be any floating bugs which would be covering half of my face or even more. I really apologize for that. I also want to apologize for the fact that I didn't upload a Tower of God video in a previous week. I didn't have a time. But on a good note, I'm working on a script for a few more Tower of God videos. So that's a surprise. What they are going to be about. Like, yeah, I'm doing that my most favorite character video. But there are more. There are more. There are more. Not only reaction. Yeah. So, uh back to what this video is going to be about. It's continuation of previously I was reacting to Tower of God fandom questions and still answering. This is again in Tower of God Wikia fandom wiki, or how is it called? And this is a translation of Korean fans again question and answer compilation. So I will start with that, and I have another one which is of the tower's weapons. Those are like few another bits which were recommended to me, and I want to read them because the previous one was very interesting. There was a lot of interesting information, so I'm going to start it right now. Okay, some information had come from chats. Okay, so this is just like the informations from the answers. There is a big difference between the number of weapons carried by a ranker and by a high ranker. If a ranker carries 10, a high ranker would carry 100. Interesting. I guess high ranker probably has more capabilities, so he knows how to use more weapons, but also he probably went through more obstacles and a lot of different things, probably was higher in the floors, so got more interesting weapons which might be useful at some point. So why not to have them, right? I guess. Okay, the number of high rankers is approximately 1,000, and it is the top 1% of all the rankers. In some occasions, if they do not seem to be qualified, they may not be promoted. Oh, interesting. I mean, it does not necessarily mean that you won't be able to do anything if you are not a high ranker. Right? Promoted. If they do not seem to be qualified, they might not be promoted. Seem to be qualified though. Like, maybe you don't want to be qualified and promoted for some kind of reasons. Yuri's ranking is among 500. Evan is 100. Okay. Evankel is 60. Wow. Okay. Okay, we know that Evan is very well known. That's why Yuri, I guess, is with him, because he's very experienced. And probably older than her, I'm guessing. Well, Evankel, haven't seen him yet. It's going to be interesting, I guess. What? Evankel is 6 meters tall and Reg is 3 meters tall. Okay, Reg makes sense. 3 meters, he's pretty huge dude. Yeah, Evankel is 6 meters? Excuse me? I mean, why am I surprised? There is a One Piece world. I will be mentioning One Piece a lot. I'm sorry if you do not read One Piece and you're confused by this. But in One Piece world there exist giants, dwarves, humans, But humans, their height differs a lot. They're like tiny humans, huge humans, humans which are almost as tall as giants. Yeah, so I am even surprised. And they even like it was even said that people which live in the tower are usually way taller than people which do not live in the tower. So yeah, environment, I guess. Living princesses are 27, so there are 27 princesses. Missing princesses are 8. The most beautiful princess is Adore Jahad. Interesting. So there are 27 and 8 missing. So I presume it's not death because they don't know what happened to them, thus missing. Interesting. Huh, so there are 27 princesses? Oh my Christ. I mean, we know how many. Yuri and Dorsey? That's kinda all, officially. Anak is kinda not official Jihad princess. She's just a daughter of Jihad princess, so her mother. There's like 3 Jihad princesses we know. Yeah, that's not much. And Anak's mother is dead, so 2. 2 living princesses. Oh wow, we have a lot to meet. Mekset. People from the workshop call Mekset father. The best craftsman in the tower, he makes weapons and tools. The father of fire, he's the first one to come up with a mechanism that generates fire from Shinsu. Okay. Usually does not make weapons, but had made one due to Ari Han's request? Interesting. So he's a craftsman and does all the interesting stuff. And okay. Come up with mechanism that generates fire from Shinsu. Interesting, interesting. Interesting. Apparently you can do a lot of stuff with Shinsu. We know it's very important in the tower because without it, people would not be able to survive there. Right? Huh. Maxad. I'm sure I've heard that name before. But there is so many people and so many names that I'm losing my track a little bit. Craftsman. Okay, I'm going to remember that. The Wing Tree is not a well-organized organization. The executives of the Wing Tree select new members from regulars themselves. In short, they're scouted for the executive's liking. I mean, yeah, it's not like the one who made this organization. It's like, yeah, I want this guy and this guy and that guy. It's basically like the executives, like the most important people, do that. And whatever they like about him, yeah, we just want him. Can we have him? Does he agree? Okay. Part of the organization, I guess, if he wants. Okay. That's interesting way how to select the new members. But whatever works. Once someone is selected as a regular, the family can live well for generations. Why though? Why? What kind of privileges does it give to you? Like, I understand regular is like climbing the tower, but like what the family is doing and how can they live well for generations? From what? What kind of privileges you have from that? I guess that's why people are glad that they can climb the tower. I want to understand. Maybe like I don't know how the system works yet exactly. Regulars in the middle area are mostly consisted of ones who are preparing for the tests. That makes sense, right? They're just going through the test of the test of the test to climb the tower. Jesus Christ. The coolest man at the tower is Enryu, and he also has a fan club. By the way, Enryu is super strong. Well, that sounds cool, I guess. The coolest man. I mean, cool, but every person defines cool in different kind of way. So it depends. Someone might find him cool, others might not. But I guess most people in the tower find him cool. We'll see. I'll see if I ever meet him, if I will find him cool. Rachel is not a princess. Okay, fully noted, I guess. Bam became cooler after being smacked by the tides. Guardian. The personality remains the same. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yuri wins if Yuri, the game machine, the guy with horns and white spear, fight against each other. What? Cast from episode 25. Well, I don't remember what those dudes were. But okay, Yuri is strong, we know that. If the chance is given to him, Tower of God will be 3 or 4 seasons long. Siu said that he once drew a side story for Yuri, and it was more popular than Tower of God itself. Well, that's kinda sad. I still don't know much about Yuri. I mean, yeah, she's kinda cool, but like, she still really didn't show much yet about her skills or about her personality. It's just she appeared for just such a small amount of time that it's really hard for me to say that she's like my most favorite character. Yeah, she probably is in top 10, but there is still like not many things about her for me to determine that how much I like her. Yeah, but 3 or 4 seasons long. I mean, now Tower of God is in its 3rd season, so we'll see about that. Between Kun and Rag is stronger in terms of physical strength. Yeah, that totally makes sense. But if they have a fight, Kun will win. He said that it does not make sense to compare someone from 10 houses to someone who is not in the first place. I mean, yeah, Kun is special because he's from special family. Kinda sucks, but yeah. But we know, we know Rag is physically very strong. He definitely look like someone who is very physically strong. I just, Kun has advantages. I'm sorry, Paul. Currently, Jihad's royal government system is very closed. Oh my god, I really want to. I want a small little peek in the royal government system of Jihad. Sounds interesting. Jihad's reign had been continued for several 10,000s of years. 10,000s? Several 10,000s of years? Oh. Oh. Well. That's interesting. Several 10,000s of years? I mean, we know he's very old. I presumed he's very old, but that means Eden is even way older. The tower is way older than that. Because people can prolong their life inside of a tower. I guess that's why there were like he is basically immortal things that you cannot kill him or something because he lived for so long and he's still the king. Nobody like dethroned him or anything. So yeah, at that point you would be thinking about someone like that as a god basically. Kinda ish. And he's probably immensely powerful, so yeah. Yeah, kinda ish. And so were the glories of the 10 houses. Yeah, so it makes sense that him and 10 houses are so well known and has so much influence in the tower. Because so many years, yeah, they had a lot of time for that. It is natural that there are some groups that oppose this, of course. Yuri feels very stifling from the tower in this state. It is part of Yuri's nature that she likes fun things and hates stagnant things. This is the answer to the question why Yuri wants changes in the tower. Without spoilers. It makes sense because Jihad and the houses were kind of like ruling this tower for so many years. It is stagnant. I think I was talking about it at some point that there's been no change. So things are continuing like this for thousands and thousands of years. And because you can prolong your life in tower, you can live those thousands of years. But like, what will you be doing when the life and things, the government and like politics and blah 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 are still the same because nobody's changing it because it's still the same people ruling. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Can you imagine being like, that's too much. It would be just the same thing. No innovation. I can imagine. Yeah, this makes sense. Phantaminum is the strongest person in the tower. Insanely strong. Strong enough to destroy the world of the Tower of God. It seems that even Sue is thinking hard about whether to make him appear or not in the Tower of God. He was positive that Enderu and Ureg Mazino from Irregulars will appear, but for Phantaminum, things are vague. Okay, Phantaminum the strongest person in the tower. Insanely strong. Okay, so what he's doing, Sue was like, I kinda wrote myself in a corner with this, I guess. Probably. At this point, maybe he changed his mind. Yeah, I wonder what Phantominum's role is. I mean, even if he's the strongest, doesn't mean he kinda cares for things. If he could destroy the world of Tower of God, why did he not do that, right? But Enryu and Urek Mazin are going to appear. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I would like to see Phantom though, now when you mention this whole stuff about him being the strongest of the strongest. The ability that blocked the bullet attacking Bam in episode 22 is Black March. Like the bullet. Oh yeah. I remember someone maybe thinking about it, talking about it. What the hell was that? So it was Black March. Okay. I think I remember something like that. Bamble make many women cry. Again, I think I heard this already. Anders is inherently stronger than Anag. I mean, given the fact that she's a true princess of Jihad and not just the daughter of princess of Jihad, that, but also that's how I think it works. That Jihad princesses are extremely strong because they have Jihad's powers. Their offsprings are also very strong, but probably not as powerful as Jihad princesses. But if these Jihad princess offspring would be mangling between each other, then yeah, way more stronger offspring would come out. That's just my thinking. If positions fight each other, in most cases, fisherman wins. I mean, fisherman is like the powerhouse, right? Yeah. They attack a lot, if I remember correctly. They like fight a lot. Yeah. Makes sense. The languages in the tower are all different, but because the standard language setting of the pocket is Maxetian, others adapt to it. Maxet made the pocket. I remember. I remember the language. Maxetian. I think it was in a few first chapters mentioned. That's why I knew the name. Makes sense. Okay. Makes sense. It is not that the storage of Kun's bag Manvarandana expands, but things go into it but things that goes into it compresses. Oh, that's terrifying thought. That's very terrifying. Living organisms and ignition weapons cannot be copied. If capable, one can tear it from the inside to come out. So it's not like never-ending expansion inside. The things which go inside just compress. I think I prefer the other way around because this kind of terrifies me. I don't want to think about it, please. Yu Hangsung is not a high ranker. So is the cricket. Larora. Okay. Oh, okay. They're not high rankers. They're pretty strong, but not high rankers, which I guess most high rankers are probably working for Jihad and his government and this kind of stuff. Probably, right? Jihad cannot win against the Floor Guardian. Okay. So even Jihad is not that strong. I imagine when they mention Jihad, it's the King Jihad. Huh. How old is the tower? Again. Why? 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 So, several tens thousands of years, King Jihad is ruling the tower. But the tower is way more older than that, I imagine. What is its purpose, though? Also, Floor Guardians are stronger than him. I mean, they're probably like super ancient beings, right? They could live like for billion years. I don't know. What is the tower? Why does it exist? The world, I mean, it is probably close of complex, and the world around it could be evolving on its own. That's kind of scary. Right? 10,000 of years. I mean, if the time passes in the same way inside as outside, because then inside of a tower could be like immensely progressed with technology, even though they are using Shinsu. So if Shinsu is not existing outside the tower, if their technology is Shinsu dependent, that kind of sucks a lot, which I imagine their technology is Shinsu dependent. But like how the world outside the tower looks. Where are they? How they progressed? Is there some kind of weird time discrepancy between the tower inside tower and outside of the tower? Yeah, it's definitely closed off environment. Is it even possible to climb it? Is there some way out of it? I mean, there is a way in as being a regular, but like, can you get out? Can you? And like, how can you get in? We learned that you have something special about you. That's why you became irregular. That you were able to like go in. But can you go out? Is that even possible, right? Who knows? Interesting. This was very interesting also. I like these. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Yeah, so that's been this. And now I'm going to read of the tower's weapons. Again, it's from Fandom Wiki. And this is the of the tower's weapons is a book written by Ashul Edward, the famed blacksmith who created the 13-month series and one of the master artisans of the tower. Most of the contents of the book are currently unknown, except for a fragment that serves as the introduction for the book. Okay, so we're going to have an introduction of this book. Sadly, though, the other stuff about the book is unknown. I guess it is lost. So I'm going to read it. Okay. Dear readers, a long time ago, King Jahad came into the uncivilized tower and taught the inhabitants civilization and ruled over them. He had said, "This place is too boggy." Okay, so King Jahad brought civilization to the tower. Interesting. I was just talking about like the progression, but he was the one who kind of helped the civilization to kind of like get better inside the tower. How it was before, I wonder. I'm too buggy. Oh my god, that's kind of rude, King of Jahad. What could tower be? People are just stuck in there, right? I feel like people are just stuck in there. We're sorry, this is forever ever. Maybe try a way out. Maybe it does exist. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know, like, what the hell? Maybe it's not like even should I imagine tower like there is this like huge normal world and the tower is just like plopped in the middle of it and it just exists and nobody can enter it if you are not special. Maybe it's relic from some kind of ancient civilization, maybe it's UFO. If you don't know answer, blame it on UFO. I guess. I don't know, maybe it's aliens. Maybe just aliens were. Yeah, this is fun. We are just going to plop it here and we are going to have an experiment with the people. I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe it has something inspiration from where it is. Arthur C. Clarke 2001 The Space Odyssey. You know, like the thing. You need to read it. It's kind of hard to explain. Space Odyssey, the book. I haven't watched the movie, so maybe read it. It's a pretty good book though. I don't know. Maybe it's some weird experiment for aliens. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. For us, who were born and raised inside the tower, it is a statement that makes no sense. But for the people outside the tower, the irregulars, so King Jihad is irregular. Was it mentioned probably and I forgot, huh? It is something they know very well. Surprisingly, there is no Shinsu in their world, and something called air fills their world instead. They said that the tower filled with Shinsu is too boggy and uncomfortable for them. Okay, so yeah, the inside and outside is very different. There is no Shinsu outside the world. So no matter what kind of technology they have inside the tower, it won't work if it is Shinsu based. Sorry. That sucks. Yeah. Their technological progress would mean nothing outside the tower. So it's completely separated. Completely closed off, separated. Hmm. Hmm. But why would there be some people with being some kind of special able to go inside despite they're not supposed to? But like sometimes there are people born with some specialness which can enter the tower, which seems like some kind of weird error. Why though? Why? Hmm. I've never seen air, but I have found out some commonalities and differences between air and Shinsu by interviewing the irregulars. Okay, this dude is clever about it. Like, I'm interested. I'm gonna ask. First, the common point is that they both let beings breathe, and they both flow constantly. It is also incidental that they are powerful enough to threaten others when they flow harshly. Okay, so similarities. Then the biggest difference is indeed the characteristics by the concentration. In Shinsu's case, it's more like a gas when it's in low concentration and more like liquid when it's in high concentration. But it seems air is not liquefied even in high concentration. Well, it depends on a normal occasion, not about concentration, but how's it called? God damn it, English. When the density, not density, mm, pressure. When the pressure is high enough, I think gases can liquefy, if I remember correctly. So there are still some kind of similarities, but still different differences. Hmm. I mean, we don't know what kind of pressure is in tower. Maybe it will be talked about. I guess Shinsu kana is something which, like, because it changes from gas to liquid, maybe that's the pressure, because some people are not used to high concentrations of Shinsu, which is like, some people are not used to different kinds of pressure on Earth. You need to kind of get used to it. Some people can't. So, yeah, I'm guessing. The second difference is the circulation. The circulation of Shinto is very fluent, but there is no common law, and the movements are all different by the floors of the tower. But it is said that there are set laws in the circulation of air. I want to study some more about the laws, but the research is slow because none of the irregulars that I have met is knowledgeable enough about the laws of air. Oh well. Uh, I studied meteorology, hydrometeorology, and this kind of stuff, but yeah, there is a lot of things. Lot of things. Lot of things. But from what I'm reading, Shinsu and air is not that different. There are some like different kind of differences, but I'm reading a lot of similarities though. The third difference is consumption. Shinsu exists everywhere inside the tower. So Shinsu exists even in a room that is completely sealed. Shinsu does not flow in from somewhere else, but is rather created from the tower. So we can live in the sealed places. Air is not created from sealed places. And if a being is locked inside a sealed room, the being will consume all of the air and die. It seems very uncomfortable. Well, well, that's because the tower apparently makes Shinsu. It creates it. Hmm. Yeah, because it's closed off system, so someone, who made it was like, I should probably let this system to make life support thing, Shinsu, to be constantly made so nobody would die. Oh, yeah, so apparently, yeah, I mean, it's a tower, it's man made. Someone made it so nobody could die inside, like, life support. People can breathe. no matter where they are. Cool. What the hell is the tower? How does it create Shinsu though? From what? Aliens? What the hell is the Shinsu? How is it made? How the freak does tower creates it? And why is it so different? I wonder how the like outside world looks. Are they like just people living, humans? Or are there different like weird racist creatures we see in the tower? Or it's only in the tower we see like these weird races and creatures like dwarves and such. Maybe it is aliens. Maybe it is. I don't know. You readers may not understand why I, who's not even a wave controller, am writing about Shinsu on the front pages of a book about weapons, but it is because you are ignorant of the weapons of the tower. Shinsu and the weapons of the tower are interrelated. You cannot fully understand the weapons unless you understand Shinsu. Shinsu made technology, yes. I've been talking about that. So, a lot of their weaponry, basically everything, I guess, what they make is Shinsu based. Would it be like, would you be able to use it? Probably some things, yes, which are like, not controlled by Shinsu or does not use Shinsu to work, would probably work outside the tower. I'm guessing. But they might react somehow to the outside world. Who knows what kind of reaction that could be? Now I'm a little scared. I mean, I would not want my weapon to just explode in my face because it was, exposed to oxygen and other gases in atmosphere. Yikes. All of the weapons we use are modeled after the weapons from the outside of the tower, which Jihad and the 10 family heads brought in with them when they came inside the tower. So they are all irregulars. I mean, it makes sense. He came in and brought the structure, improved the society. So they are based of them, but they are still different. Their weapons were, of course, all made to suit air, not Shinsu, even though some were used in a vacuum. What? Even though some were used in a vacuum. Okay, how much the technology is outside the world? Because you just don't normally use weapon in a vacuum on Earth. You just don't. You just don't simply use a weapon in a vacuum on planet Earth. So, how developed the technology is? I mean, is tower even plopped on the place somewhere? Maybe just floating in a space. I don't know. The fact that it's a closed off, sealed off environment makes me think of that. And the fact that people which came in use weapons in vacuum? What? They had to develop and modify their weapons to suit the properties of Shinsu. That's how the weapons we use were born. So it's essential to know about Shinsu to understand the weapons of the tower. Okay. For this reason, there's going to be a lot of stories about Shinsu in the following chapters, and I request that readers place special emphasis on the relationship between the weapons and Shinsu while reading. Hmm. Hmm. Well, this was very interesting. A lot of very interesting bits on information. Okay. Ashul Adwara, the man who made 13-month series and very famed blacksmith. So I guess there might be a lot of weapons made by him. Yeah, master artisan. So yeah, like where the hell is a tower? It's a class of environment. Shinsu is kind of like air, but it's liquid. But like when it's too concentrated, it's kind of like liquidy. So that's water. Hmm. And tower constantly makes it. So good for people in the tower. I imagine suddenly the system stopped working. Everyone would die. Yay! But I guess it cannot because somehow it works. Maybe it's taken something outside and kinda mixing into Shinsu. Yeah, interesting. What the frick is tower made of? What is it? What what kind of magic is there involved? And how the hell, like, how evolved is the world outside the tower? Because, like I've said, you just don't normally use weapons in vacuum. Or do you? Do you use them in vacuum? I don't know about it. So, Jihad just came in with people which then became heads of 10 families. They're like, yeah, these are cool weapons, they're ours. This dude made weapons based on those, and we're like, oh, also, they apparently were used in vacuum. Huh? This is more and more mysterious. And I'm all in this. What the hell? I'm like, my brain process, please. I cannot. What's going on? Oh, Jesus. This is pretty good. I like this a lot. Like, my brain is just going all the ways around, and I like don't even know like what the hell does this mean, but it's very interesting. The lore of Tower of God is so intriguing. Like so intriguing. Oh my god, I love this so much. Yeah, and the fact that Sue is just like throwing tiny little bits. Not all. This is just like a prologue. Like introduction of the book and just throwing a small little bits here and there. Crumbs, breadcrumbs, so you kinda can make something out of it, but kinda not. And that's very enjoyable. Yeah, very enjoyable. Yeah, more of these and my head will surely explode because I'm still trying to figure out what the freak the tower is. Yeah, that's probably my motto now. What the freak the tower is. I want to know. I really want to know. I'm very interested in that. Yeah, I can't wait to read the second season. If there would be more kind of little bits here and there. I mean, that's like not, I guess, the main thing of the story because we are watching Bam to climbing the tower, but like little bit lore here and there. You know, plus this, like Seal throwing things which he can't implement, I guess, into the actual story because then it would be kind of boring if you get like so much information thrown at you. Yeah, but like this is really cool way how to do things like that. People asking you and you're giving them the answers. Yeah, similar to what Ada does. Like he provides a lot of additional informations to lore of One Piece world, which he cannot implement into the story because then it would be just informations upon informations, and it would be really boring to read. Not gonna lie. Like, it would work in a game setting, 100%ly, because people like me love these kind of games. You just like run around and just read every small thing left somewhere, every description, like, oh my god, I love this so much. Let me learn everything about this world. But like in comic manga, this, no, it just don't work like that. Yeah, it just doesn't work like that. So providing additional info is cool, and I do really love it. Yeah. And I guess that's all for now. I'm still working on my top 10 favorite characters of first season. I'm working on some other stuff. Get surprised. And soon, Tower of God season 2. I can't really wait for that. So, that's all. Goodbye and see you next time.